I'm Sky.
I'm Zach. This is the Quick and Dirty.
Okay, we're talking stability plank. Now, if you do a regular CrossFit training, something like that, you're probably used to doing something like a Renegade Row, which Zach is going to talk about in a second here. This is quite a bit different. The challenge here is that we're going to attempt to destabilize a plank position where you start from a quality hollow, pull that lumbar spine, feel like you're pulling your feet toward your hands, really draw that navel in. And you're going to attempt to raise one shoulder, one hand to shoulder, without allowing that back foot to come up, without allowing rotation through the pelvis. So what we're really doing is we're introducing a really strong torsion force into a plank. This gets a lot harder as you work your feet closer together and your hands further apart. As you can see, I'm starting to lose it. I have to shift my hip a little bit to get this done, so I've gone too narrow with my feet. I really try to find the perfect balance between the two where I can hold it without moving my spine, but just barely. So this is a very important element to work into your durability work, because this element of holding neutral while torsion tries to distort your spine is exactly the skill that's going to be required to keep you from hurting yourself with all your unilateral training, such as your kettlebell swings or the durability work we do with single leg deadlifts and the like. All right, so I'm going to pass the mic over here to Zach. If you have a hard time holding this position, if you can't keep your pelvis neutral, go ahead and rotate. And when you do so, add weight, and you're still going to be able to perform work and maybe work back to the stability row.
All right, guys, so if you weren't just impressed, you should be. What Doc just did was a stability plank while talking. Most people you're gonna deal with aren't even gonna be able to do that stability plank like that. You're gonna find that something that looks very simple like that is kind of an advanced movement. Now, just like what Doc was referencing, I'm gonna take you guys through the Renegade Row as a way to not necessarily scale it down, but build up another more solid position for you. Before you start hacking parts out of the plank, we're actually gonna allow a little bit of rotation in the shoulder. Now, this is a great standalone exercise on its own, but what we're using it for today is just a different variation of getting the stability plank in play without having to necessarily put people in that position if they can't hold it. So what we're gonna do here is I have dumbbells out, guys. A lot of people will go with kettlebells. I really don't recommend that, and I'm a kettlebell guy. It gets really shaky on that. These hex L's are great. They're gonna be able to have a lot more solid base once I get my hands on them. Now what I'm gonna do here is I'm just pretty much get into my plank position like Doc was talking about. Nice solid position right here. And I'm going to keep my eyes on the deck. Now one of these bells is gonna pull up towards me. When I do this, we're actually gonna get into that position that Doc was advising against in the stability plank. And I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna row this up. Now what we're doing here is building some stability in the shoulder and just teaching ourselves how to maintain a position while eliminating a base component. More so what I'm talking about is the arm. Now some people will do something that looks like a stability plank like this, and they try and row the bell up. See how hard that is? Now you're taking a movement that we were talking about before and making it even more difficult. What I want to see is opening that chest up and rowing that through. Comes up high, and it comes back down. I don't want you to shift and just pull here. I want it up high. I want you rotating and posting on that shoulder. We're teaching people how to move through space, all right, guys? That stability plank is the goal here. If you're not having the success with it that you want, get them doing Renegade Rows, build up that familiarity of taking away positions, get them moving towards what we want to see. You can take both of these movements and put them into programming aspects that we have on our site. If you click on the link above, it'll take you guys to that channel.